So we've just turned off the A38 heading towards Pinxton. We've come up to this first roundabout where we're going straight on. Now you've got to watch because there's two lanes and we must stay in our lane even though the road markings are virtually gone. But you can see with the car and the lorry at the side of us that if we were in the wrong lane it would be quite bad. As we go down here we've got a new speed limit. Again, you don't have to do national speed limit down here. We've mentioned before on a previous video or on a different video that it's to do with looking comfortable. So as long as you're looking comfortable, they're going to be quite happy with that. It's a little bit bouncy and a little bit narrow. So we're going to follow this road down, then it's going to get kind of windy and narrow as we get a little bit further down. There has been a number of fatalities on this road, so it isn't worth going ridiculously fast. As you can see by the flowers that are by this sign that we're just passing. Here's a bit of history. When I was a kid, the farm that we're about to pass now is still working, and twice a day the road used to close when cows were brought from the fields over on our right over to the farm on the left where they were milked and then returned. Used to shut the road off, it was brilliant. So as we get down here, it gets really narrow and windy. So it is definitely worth slowing it down a little bit. And then the road's going to bend around to the left. As we go along here, we're going to get a change of speed limit just as we've gone underneath the motorway. We'll see the motorway in a minute. Just as we come along here, there's the motorway bridge. We're going to get underneath the motorway, speed sign 30. We're going to turn left immediately after the 30, and I really do mean immediately after 30. Very sharp turning. You can get buses coming out of this road, so we really want to be careful. And we've got lots and lots of parked cars again. We've seen that on quite a few videos where we've got parked cars on both sides of the road. Don't know if you saw the old Cavalier convertible. They were trendy back in the day, but I do mean back in the day. So we've got a vehicle coming towards us, so we are going to have to give way. So we have got a right turn coming up, I should say. What you need to watch for is that you don't cut this corner. There's a dead end in front of us, and there's always be parked cars on the left before you turn right. So the temptation is to cut across this junction, and you need to make sure that you go further, because as you go round this corner, there'll be parked cars. So if you cut it, you won't be able to see the cars coming. And at the end of this road, we're going to go left. Busy road to get onto, but once we're on it, it's not so much of a problem. As we drop down here, we're going to get to speed bumps from hell, and I really do mean speed bumps from hell. Take your time over them. The only things that don't go slow over these speed bumps are lorries, because they're big enough to get over them quite easily. But it doesn't help when people park outside the shop. They're throwing lorries over into our lane. We're going to go over the first speed bump, and then we're going to turn left and head back towards Kirkby. So here's your first speed bump. You can see from the Fiesta in front how slow it got. You can see we've slowed down. We're going to go under the motorway bridge. Sometimes they'll make you do a pull up on the right along here. Just a warning. And you'll notice that once we've got under the motorway bridge, it's going to go into a national speed limit, change the speed limit. This road's quite enjoyable. does freeze well in the winter, that's what I will say. And we're going to make sure that we follow the road round to the right. It goes up the hill and then it's going to bend round to the left. Now as it starts to go round the left, you need to be aware that there are houses on the left and farms, so you will get vehicles coming out of the farm that's just coming up now. We're going to go along this road. Quite a few bends to get through, and then we're going to get to a 30-mile-an-hour zone. That's one that I really want to show you, because people miss it and fail the test quite simply for something that shouldn't be that difficult. You can see the sign off in the distance already. You can see the black and white arrows indicating a sharper bend. So you've got to make sure you get down to the correct speed. The 30-mile-an-hour limit used to be further around the corner, but then there's too many cars that ended up parked in the field to my left. There you go, nice and easy.